Where's my snare?
Hey guys,
here
welcome back.
We haven't come up with a better intro than that.
We just
At the
discussed
little
this
round
actually.
table with me, Key, and CBJ.
I asked him to put less sachet in it, but apparently
He just won't do it. Right?
I can't help it. It's
I
always going to
just
be a
think
little something in there.
Whenever a man approaches another situation and he starts with, "Hey guys," it comes across as potentially sachet.
Yeah.
Sachet, right?
Well, I don't know, actually. I mean, it's about the delivery. It's like, "Hey guys, what's up, man?" But instead,
then you almost sound like
guys.
Eric Stone. Well, the problem is when you come out, you're like, "Hey guys, what's up?" You almost sound like Eric Stone Street from Modern Family trying too hard to be a football coach. Hey guys, this doesn't work anymore. It's over for hey guys.
Okay.
I'd prefer that to the Andy Cohen version of Steve we just got, but whatever.
Yeah, I agree with that though.
All right. Well, anyway, today we're going to be talking about the Niners and the Rams and what are our keys to victories. We can give ourselves 3 keys to victory for the Niners, 3 keys to victories for the Rams. We'll kind of start it off with the Niners, and since, as you can see, I'll be the one to let it off with the Niners, and I'm gonna start it off with I feel like Debo needs to get 15 to 20 touches. Now, I mean, I feel like this guy is your best athlete, your best player on the team. I think he needs to touch the ball as many times as you can get him to get the ball in his hands, especially in the open field, and as a focal point, he can also be used as a decoy to run people off, to open up Kittle in the middle or an Ayuk in the middle or something. But I do believe Debo needs to touch the ball as many times as possible, especially in the open field. I think if we do that, we can actually control the clock. It gives a little opening for Elijah Mitchell to get a little bit more running. I think it takes a lot of pressure off of fucking Garoppolo's hands. Let Debo, he's your best player on the team. I feel like that's a big deal for us. Another big deal for us, I think, is running the ball, establishing the run on them, controlling the clock. Keep the Rams limited to how many times you can get them on offense. I mean, I remember that one game where we just controlled the clock all the way through the first half of the game. Just keep them off the fucking field as much as possible. So I think for our offense, that those are kind of some of my little things I was thinking that could help us win that game. Another thing I was thinking of was if we were thinking like on our defensive side, like the Stafford's going to pick you apart with, Cooper Kupp's going to get his, OBJ, Odell's going to get his. If you limit them to field goals, not touchdown, keep everything in front of you. The linebackers can play up and maybe stop the run, and so we can get pressure on Matthew Stafford. Because I feel like if we can get some pressure on Stafford, you can maybe get him prone to make a mistake. We can maybe get a pick or something off of there. If we can keep him one-dimensional, I think it'll bode well for someone like Bosa and Armstead when they can push up the middle. But I think that all starts with, like, making sure we keep Cam, their running game down, and Fred Warner coming in, filling gaps, and Isaiah coming in, filling gaps. They've been playing well, and hopefully if they can stop the Rams, run and attack, keep them one-dimensional, and keep the ball in front of them, I think it gives us another good chance. And I think the other thing I was going to talk about that I thought would be a good one was, just the special teams. Play special again. Like, get a block, get some yards, change the field of position, huh?
How many points did you just make? I mean, Debo, Elijah.
Okay, I was going to finish up with the special teams, and then I'm done.
I was just trying to make sure that you take a breath, bro. Just take a breath. You got time. You have to give us the whole rundown.
I did. Trust me, I did.
At this point.
I didn't really give you all of them. I'm just trying to space something out that I figured that you wouldn't have talked about.
He came in hard. Yeah, he came in hard. I thought that we would like say one and then maybe other people could discuss what we thought about that. But Steve was like, no, I'm gonna face fuck you with all 3 of mine plus another 5, and you guys are gonna listen to all of it. And so that by the time I'm done, I'm talking, you have no idea what I said anymore. And then we can just move on.
Debo's getting 15 touches. I'm getting 15 points in, and we're closing the show. Don't say a word.
30 minutes is up. We'll see you guys next week.
Hey guys, time's out. Oh man.
All right, folks. Good, I guess I'll slow down right there and let one of you guys.
Let me follow that real quick because I actually disagree with a little bit of that. I shouldn't say I disagree, but I don't actually think Debo is one of your guys' main keys to victory here. I think that's going to be a focal point for them to shut down. So what your guys' key is going to be, and honestly, based on the way the Rams play defense, I think this is also a key. Crossing routes are what kind of kill them. Is you guys are going to need big game out of Aiyuk and probably Jennings. They play the tight end really well, so I don't know that Kittle will be the dude who does it for you. So I think Aiyuk's going to need to step up big. Jennings is going to need to have another one of them games where he does some things. That's if you guys get into position like you did last game where you're playing from behind a little bit and Jimmy's forced to throw the ball. Those are the guys I think are going to have to actually really step up and have big games for you.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of agree that it has to be. I actually think that Aiyuk is the guy who has to have a big game.
Yeah.
It kind of speaks to my very first key that I have for the Niners to victory is how about you get an offensive touchdown, please?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Debo can have 250 yards apparently total, but you can't put the ball in the basket. I mean, what the hell's going on? Right? I mean, so that's my first key to Niner victory is you need to score a friggin' offensive touchdown against this team, because if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. If you think you're going down to kick field goals again and again and again, I think that this team has shown the ability to put points up on your defense against your secondary at least. So,
yeah.
But I do agree that if Aiyuk has a big game, Rams may not stand a chance.
Yeah,
if Jennings Aiyuk
or Jennings, because he had a big game last time.
And I'll tell you, I think Jennings has been far more impressive than Aiyuk has. I know the hype's been about Aiyuk, but Jennings coming out of nowhere and showing that he's their number 2 receiver. He's got the best potential.
He's clutch too. The dude makes plays.
And he's a hand catcher, bro. He's a hand catcher. Anybody who catches with their hands always has props from my book. You catch the ball with your hands. Right, as a receiver, you let it get to your body, dumb shit happens.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So,
and then
I think Jennings is a good call. Keith. Good call.
Yeah, I'll follow up on another one of Steve's because me and Steve have a couple stuff that's similar but a little bit more nuanced or different. Steve talked about getting pressure on Stafford. I mean, that's for sure something you guys need to do. We talked about this a little bit earlier, Steve, but for me, there's a caveat to that. You guys have to get pressure on Stafford without blitzing. Stafford is by far the best quarterback in the NFL against the blitz. He killed the Bucs whenever they blitzed him. They blitzed way too often. You guys don't normally blitz. That's, I think, why you've been successful against them in the past, why you guys have such a long winning streak against them. So if Bosa, to me, a key to victory for you guys is Bosa, man. If that dude can be a game wrecker like he has been against them in the past, you guys stand a real good chance. If not, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with the pressure without blitzing. I mean, because you're going to need them linebackers to guard the middle and all these these receivers all over the place. You're going to need all the help you can get back there.
I mean,
I can't deny that.
I have one of my points from the defensive side of the Niners as well is let the linebackers of the Niners be the linebackers of the Niners and not have to be the pass rushers of the Niners as well. Because those two dudes, Warner and Greenlaw playing the run and dropping into coverage is deadly, bro. They control the middle of the field between the hashes like no other linebacker duo in football right now. I mean, 15 yards behind them and, 7 to 8 to 10 yards to each side of them is pretty well covered in the passing game. And they react to the run better than, as good as any linebacking duo in football. So let the linebackers do linebacker things, bro. That's what I had written down.
No, that's a great point, Chris, because the Niners, I think a big part of the reason why their defense is good is exactly what you're saying, because those guys are allowed to play. They blitz, I think, like third or fourth least in the whole league. They only blitz 20% of the time. So those guys are in pass coverage, ready in position to play the run.
Yep.
So that's, I think, a big key. All of us kind of hit on that there of you guys need to be able to play that kind of defense against them to win the game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my last point that I had written down, and we'll just get it out of the way, is it's the same old sorry ass Rams week, bro. The Niners shouldn't change much. They've owned the Rams, quite honestly, for the last couple of decades. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the greatest show on turf. And even then, they still did, smoke show the Niners, the same way that we've seen. And, they've won 6 in a row against them, right? I think they're 7-1 in their last 8. I think they're 9-1 in their last 10. Right. That tells me that guys like Nick Mullins and some of these other scabs, when Jimmy was hurt, must have been winning games against them too. I just think McVay doesn't have an answer for Shanahan. It seems he doesn't have a counterpoint to Shanahan's point. It seems so. To me, it's
to that point.
Niners guy, it's the same old fucking nine. It's the same old Ram week. Don't change a thing. Don't change a damn thing for them.
To that point right there, as I was kind of reading up on a little of this and formulating all the keys, most of the stuff I already thought was there, but I came across kind of an interesting in-depth deal on the Niners-Rams matchup. And one of the things that they talked about was the Rams disguise their defense more than any other team in the league. I think 50% of the time in their defensive sets, they have guys misaligned and they're disguising what they're going to run, disguising blitzes. And Shanahan has the perfect antidote to that, which is pre-snap movement. So he's always moving guys. And if you're trying to disguise and you have movement and a guy comes across the formation, you are either out of position or you have to expose your defense. And so Shanahan puts Jimmy G in really advantageous positions against the way the Rams play because of that. And I think that speaks to him kind of having the guys have their number. So Shanahan he's got his number right now, man.
Yeah, dude. It comes down to scheme. You're absolutely, dude. That's perfect way of explaining it right there. Is the 50% mark of disguising, which is what you want to do, right? I mean, Belichick proved that if you can disguise your defensive front seven, bro, you can wreak havoc. Yeah. Right. But you still have to be able to line up and still play simpleton, right? And that's the one thing the Rams can't do. They're too light in the ass to really line up and punch the Niners in the face and keep that motion game from affecting formation and situation. Dude, the Niners are going to the Super Bowl, bro. I mean, the Rams are in trouble. I mean, the Rams are in trouble. They
I don't agree with that.
Speaking, I think they are in trouble.
I hope so.
The Niners,
I don't agree with that.
Receivers are wide open, bro. It's some of these passes are just outside of the Jimmy. Okay, so Rams keys to victory. Let Jimmy be Jimmy.
I got a lot of keys to victory for the Rams.
I actually have that written down. Yeah, I didn't know the word, but I have. Make Jimmy G beat you.
Yeah, I got that. Everybody's got that written down. That's
dude. Even Sean McVay's got that one written down, bro.
Yeah, everyone should. I mean, to me, if you're the Rams, I do want to switch around and do the Rams keys to victory now.
Yeah,
want to start the Rams.
Yeah, because the Rams is interesting, but to me, I mean, I think it's obvious right off the bat is that you stack the fucking box, you stop their run, like you just said, Chris. They're light in the ass, so that's where it's a big problem. The Niners power run game, they're gonna fucking come right at you with that shit. You got to be able to stuff that early. Make Jimmy G beat you. Let him be singled up out there and make Jimmy G beat you. I mean, the one thing I would say, I mean, we're talking about the Niners have had their number, but the fact of the matter is that the Rams had you guys bent over a table and were just giving it to you for the first half.
Yes, the first half of that game.
I mean, it looked like it was over. And if they get in that position again, if they're up 17-0 again, I don't think you guys are coming back again.
I agree that.
So they can do that. And that's why I don't think it's necessarily like, the Niners are going to the bowl. I just like to mention one last one that kind of goes with the Niners that I forgot to mention real quick. This goes in with the Rams. That's a big factor in this too, is officiating. I mean, we all know that we're going to the Bulls in LA, and are the Niners going to get a fair fucking shot? Because if they're going to call holding on first down on these power run plays, because as we all know, you can call holding damn near every single play, and the Niners are in 1st and 20 or 2nd and 20, they're not going to be able to fucking move the ball. They're not going to be making first downs out of that with Jimmy G. So those are all big factors.
They have to stay in front of the chains. That's a big deal. They have to stay
in front of the chains. And you know, I was thinking like the Niners have to be physical. Like the defense has to play physical. And so if you call a tight game,
to say that though, the Niners don't know any other way other than to be physical, bro. That's probably one of their biggest detriments as well, is that they can get too physical.
If they call the game tight,
you can control the swarm and catch them the other way.
Will just get tossed all over the place.
Yeah, bro. That's right. So, you know, but I don't know. Everything that I've seen thus far for the Niners to be where they're at, to have done absolutely jack shit, makes me really truly believe that, you know, man, this might be a team of destiny, as much as I hate to say it. Jimmy G seems like he's on a mission to prove that he can be the next Trent Dilfer.
Trent didn't go to 2.
You're going with that. I was going, hey, this is getting weird all of a sudden with that. Yeah.
you really thought he was going to give it a Niner love?
He was going down a weird road. I was like, what is happening with Chris right
now? That shit was not going to happen. We knew there was some kind of punch in the throat with that one.
Well, I think it's true. The reason why it works is because it's factually accurate. I mean, Jimmy G is not a good quarterback, Steve.
Dude, it's
utterly
amazing.
Okay, I get that.
So what I hope
one singular offensive touchdown in 2 playoff games.
Yeah. And I the best case scenario to me right now would be that you guys go to the Super Bowl and the Chiefs just pound your asshole open, and then you guys are stuck in this wallowed hole of this circle of Jimmy G misery, where it's like, hey, we're good enough to get to here, and he's going to hold you guys back, and you spent all this shit on a number 3 overall pick. You gave away other assets that could have helped you get over the hump with Jimmy G, and then you're just fucked, because what do?
I agree. Yeah,
I'd say we go.
Land.
You go back
to mediocrity land.
I guess you got an underwear model as your quarterback.
That's right.
I mean, you go back. You go back to Jim.
That's true.
I mean, let's be honest. Are you guys telling me none of you guys want to fucking go to the Super Bowl? Of course, everybody here want to go.
No, I want to go to the Super Bowl, but I don't want to go to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G. I don't.
If I win with Jimmy G, that would be awesome.
Bro,
that'd be awesome.
I'm sure.
If you win it all, none of it matters, right? If you guys win the Super Bowl, none of it matters.
You can win with Steve Manchuk at the damn quarterback. I mean, it won't matter, bro. Right? I mean, let's be real, bro. You could roll out, you could roll out all that Joe Montana in a wheelchair if you win the Super Bowl. It don't matter, bro. Right? Jerry Jones could be taking snaps for the Niners at quarterback.
Man, I just know a lot of other teams would like to be in our position right now, and I get it.
Yeah, I mean, but how many other teams would want Jimmy G as their quarterback? Yeah, your position, because you guys got a lot of talent. But how many other teams are lining up to say, give me Jimmy G?
There are
Can I say there's probably about 12 teams that would take Jimmy G going into this season?
That want Jimmy G.
Okay, do we go on tangent or do we give the Rams 3 keys? Do we tangent
let's just finish. Let's finish Jimmy G real quick. We'll get back to the Rams. We're almost done with this. I want to know what dumb fucking idiotic franchises out there do you guys think are chomping at the bit to get Jimmy G behind center?
Chomping at the bit is now changing the subject of what franchises would rather have Jimmy over their quarterback.
I just asked who's going to who.
Houston would take him in a minute. Denver will take him. Pittsburgh definitely is looking for a quarterback. Carolina would take him. Right? I mean, tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, that's
how about
true,
Jimmy G in Cleveland?
I think you're wrong. I don't think any of those teams are lining up to grab Jimmy G.
Dude, I think
I think you're wrong. I think that's where you're wrong.
I think Jimmy G is an option that you do if you have nothing else. They're going to be looking for other options. They're not going to be like, If they don't have any other prospects, they will.
Don't get me wrong, Keith. I'm not saying
there's a thing called the draft.
Chomping at the bit, bro. But if those franchises are staring at their current quarterback situation or acquiring Jimmy G, they better be calling Jimmy, because their quarterbacking situations are horrid.
I'd rather if it was me, I'd rather roll out a young guy and see what we can do. You know, well, I mean, you know what you have with Jimmy G. I'd rather roll out some fucking young kid.
You can win. You can win with Jimmy G.
The Niners can win with Jimmy G. The Niners can win with Jimmy G. The Texans aren't winning with Jimmy G. Carolina's not winning with Jimmy G. They're not winning with their guys either. You think that dude's gonna sashay over there and fucking win games for the Texans?
I love how he's always got. I always envision fucking Jimmy G doing some sort of Zoolander walk everywhere he goes.
He is who he is. I can't envision him a different way. He's not Schwarzenegger in the Terminator coming over there. I mean, Jimmy G is who he is.
I get what you're saying, bro.
Underwear model.
But he's a lot better than their quarterbacking options that they currently possess, dude. And
they can still get something for him.
I don't disagree with that, but I just think you can try out a young guy
than Davis Mills. You want to roll out Davis Mills again?
No. But I mean, you have an off season to try to draft somebody.
And I'm not trying to bash Davis Mills. I think Davis Mills actually showed out last year.
I was going to say Davis Mills played well. Actually, he didn't play bad.
The thing you got to give Jimmy, dude, is he's a good bus driver, bro. He's a good bus driver. I mean, shit. At this point, Tennessee might want to start thinking about a Jimmy G. Turn around, hand it to Derrick Henry, throw it to AJ Brown. I mean. How much better is Ryan Tannehill than Jimmy G?
In my mind, worlds.
Not much. I mean, worlds. We know what you think of Jimmy Garoppolo, but the rest of the world, they're not that far.
They're not thinking like that.
They're not.
No, it's not like that.
No, you guys are crazy. You guys
really. They're both of them are listed on everybody's list between
Tannehill are on the same level. Tannehill's insanely athletic. He's got a way stronger arm. Yeah, he makes a mistake here and there, but Tannehill can spin the rock.
Oh, so now we're basing everything off of athletics and arm strength.
No,
and
I'm
not
just saying, as you're quantifying stuff, as you're quantifying, because the thing is, you guys are doing all this off Jimmy G in San Francisco under Shanahan's system, which he works well in that system. Where they, but.
Kiwani, that's reality, though. That's what you base conversation off, right?
No. You base it off of the guy's talent and how he's going to fit in your system.
Patriots, are we?
If you go out and you want to get guys who will play well in a certain system, even though their skill set doesn't fit yours, you're going to be a losing franchise. That's not how you run a franchise. That's not how you GM a team. You pick players to fit your system. Jimmy G fits in Shanahan's system. He doesn't fit in these other systems. When you're looking at his skill set that he brings to the table, he is not as talented of a quarterback as Tannehill. Is he going to step straight?
So you're telling me that Jimmy G doesn't turn around and hand the ball off to a running back who just pounds dudes, and then also play action pass and roll out to
receivers
that are crossing the pattern? That's exactly fucking Tennessee's offense, bro.
That's what Tennessee.
Yeah, no, he can do that.
He fits there with just as good of an offensive line.
For sure. And not as good as Tannehill. That's the fucking point. That's what, he does that. Tannehill can also turn around and run with the fucking ball. He can get you first down with his legs.
Dude, you win.
So that's a whole other big asset to that.
Championships are won from the pocket, not from dudes running around doing dipsy.
It's not 1987 anymore. You don't just win from the pocket.
Is this? Tannehill has failed again and again, bro.
I'm not a Tannehill defender.
Jimmy went to a bowl. He has.
You're just he's not a Tannehill defender. He just says Jimmy G is just trash.
Jimmy G's worse. That's the point.
Dude, Jimmy G is probably quarterback 33 on your list of 32 quarterbacks. I understand that, bro.
No, and he is 15. 12, somewhere around there.
I would put him in probably the mid-20s, early 20s, somewhere like that.
See, I got him at between 12 and 15.
They're both about the same. They're both
12
about
and 15. The same. Wait, you have him as your 12th quarterback in the league, Steve?
Somewhere around there, 15th, maybe. Right in the middle.
Okay, this is...
No.
That is batshit crazy. 12?
Yeah, okay.
12?
Okay, Kiwani.
15's pushing it, but 12?
Let's go. Ready? Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Help me out, Q. Come on. What are we up to? That's 8 right there.
That's 8.
Russell Wilson.
Who?
Russell Wilson. Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
So that's 11. What'd you just say? Let's see who else.
Yeah. Tom. Would you say Tom Brady?
Oh yeah, Tom Brady. Add that in there. Tom. There's 12.
So there's 12.
Kirk Cousins. Is Kirk?
No.
Cousins?
That's a good one. I would take Kirk before him. I think they're really close. That's a very good comp.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Kirk, Tannehill, Garoppolo, those dudes are up.
That's 12, 13.
They're all kind of in the same. And that's about 13, 14,
in the
15.
20s in there. Yeah, that's
Dude, that's just off the top of the dome. I'm sure.
We're not even looking at a list, Steve. We're just throwing names out. If I pull up a list, you're going to get your feelings hurt.
Deshaun Watson's not even playing.
Oh, yeah, but he's way better. If he plays, the minute he steps on the field, he's 75 times better than Jimmy G.
All right.
Yeah, bro. Admit it. You would.
Oh, you put him at 13.
You would shiv Jimmy if you could to get Deshaun Watson.
Do I need to pull up a list? Tannehill. I just said Tannehill's better. I'll still go with Tannehill.
You already put him on the list. I
didn't say
list.
Tannehill. We didn't include him in those numbers.
We
haven't even gone through a list. If you want me to pull up a list, your feelings are going to get hurt.
Randomly ran off 13 dudes, bro.
Yeah, off the top of our head.
I still think he's middle tier quarterback. Yeah,
Jalen Hurts is better than him. Definitely better.
Jalen Hurts or Jimmy G.
Jeff,
what do you take? How about here? This is the real hurt. Mac Jones or Jimmy G.
Ooh, that's a good comp. Now that's a good comp. And see, the kid's a rookie, so I mean, he's for sure better. You'd much rather have Mac right now.
For real, bro. You
much rather.
You would.
Just go ahead and put him down.
I told you. Hey, I told you didn't want to stick with Steve. You're going to get your feelings hurt. You know.
That's okay. I'm not. I'm still playing, so I don't care.
And so that's where it gets hard. You know, we had a bunch of rookies this past year, and it's like kind of hard to quantify.
Justin Fields, right? I mean,
yeah.
Right. Take them
right
all.
Now they're not ahead of them. Right now they're not, but I think give it a year or two.
To be better, but that doesn't mean that they will be.
So now we're not only taking quarterbacks that are better than him, we're taking quarterbacks that are projected to be better than him too.
Nick Foles.
Well, who would you take as a team? But we're not doing that right now. I'm just saying that I think him and Mac are really comparable, but Mac's young, so I'd put him ahead.
As a GM, I would take Mac over Jimmy too.
For sure. And so here's a good comp for Jimmy, I think, though. Nick Foles. You know, that's about the quality. What, Nick Foles got to a Super Bowl before? I mean, look, man, it's the perfect comp and won it. Shit. So Jimmy can win one.
Won it.
But I think that's what most teams would view him as, is a Nick Foles. He's a stopgap. You bring him in as you're bringing a young guy along. Maybe he starts a few games in the season.
He's a Tyler Heineke, bro.
I got one for you. Fitzdog. I would much rather have Fitzdog. He's a way better quarterback than me, and I don't think it's even close. And nobody wants him as their real answer.
Did you see that he was at the Buffalo game? Did you see he was at the Buffalo game?
I love that dude, man. That guy, I would love that.
I think he's pinning. I think they're going to bring him back as a backup and let him finish his career there behind Josh.
I hope they do. He's a great backup too. Shit,
it would be awesome for him.
It's magic, dude.
Man. I can't justifiably take Jimmy or take Jimmy after him, bro. He's better than Fitz. Yes, dude. Jimmy is right now he's a better quarterback than Fitz.
Well, bro. I mean, I don't know.
Fitz isn't a better quarterback than Heineke, bro. So
well, it's one of those things. It's like, who are you? No, better than Heineke. Oh,
right? I mean, how about this?
He's way better.
Would you take Tua over Jimmy?
I would. But I think it's close. I think that's one of those close ones. And once again, I would take him over because of the age factor. He's still
bro, right? The hope to development, bro. Dude, but me and Steve have multiple conversations. Tua is at such a disadvantage because he's left-handed, bro. The entire game has to be flipped when you employ a left-handed quarterback.
Yep.
Every single sight line on the football field changes. Every one of them changes. Yep. How the ball rotates, the seams, the windows that people are running.
That's why it was a big deal for them to draft a wide receiver that's played with him.
And he's
that's why you got Waddle.
You know,
but that's why you got Waddle.
I feel bad.
Right, but it's still a scheme. It's still a scheme issue, Steve. As you draw on schemes and everything else, everything's got to get flipped around. Everyone has to rechange.
Dude, Bill Walsh talked about one of his greatest challenges was flipping the field for Steve Young, bro.
It's a really good point.
One of his greatest.
It's funny that. The quarterback is like the only thing in professional sports where it's a disadvantage to be a lefty. It really is the only thing.
It's the only position. One. Yeah, if you're a left-handed batter or maybe catcher.
Maybe, but it's not as critical. Right. It's not as impactful.
It's not as critical.
Beneficial to be a lefty.
Yeah, no,
batter, pitcher,
right, exactly. Yeah, it's amazing how when you're a left-handed quarterback, and it's because, like I said, everything changes from the simple counter trace step on a running back has to be done differently. Just be, naturally for the running back to be able to run the play, for crying out loud. It's tough, man. I feel for Tua in a lot of sense. He needs to have a coach that's really going to go in and believe and stand behind him and put the time in to flip the game of football around for him to be successful, because he's accurate. There's one thing you can say about it. He's accurate and he's got good anticipation. He doesn't have a huge arm. I get that, but he seems pretty accurate and he puts the ball in places where dudes can catch it.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think that's a really good point. They need to bring in a mad scientist type of OC or head coach for him who's going to scheme for him. And then we'll see what he could really do, because he's not like I said, I put him like pretty even with Jimmy right now. But if you could do all that, I think he's probably world's better.
If you had an organization that took the time to do it and an offensive coach that would take the time to do it,
get a Sean Payton over there or something.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm telling you, dude, man,
all these quarterbacks, what do you think happens to Jimmy Garoppolo?
At this point, he's probably going to stay your guys' quarterback, because he got you guys to the championship game, which is great for those of us that dislike the Niners. Because we're probably going to watch you spin on this Samson wheel for the next few years. Here he comes again.
He'll take us back to this point again, huh?
Well, I don't know that he will. I hope he does again.
Is that a prediction?
Yeah. We want to write that down. So you guys are making the NFC Championship game at a minimum again next year?
Yeah, you heard that. So whoever cuts this up for later, I need that mark right there.
Can we cut back to what I predicted before the season started too?
He said straight up that they're going.
No, I'll give you it, Steve. You guys,
Jimmy G.
But hey, as the season was going on, you even thought that wasn't going to be right. You guys got high at the right time here.
3 and 5. 3 and 5 after losing to Colt McCoy was rough. That was the low point of the season.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not going to deny that.
Let's be real. You guys have had a horseshoe firmly implanted in your asses the last month or so.
Dude, the fact is it seems to me no team wants to win against the Niners for some reason.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the Cowboys didn't look like they wanted to win. The Packers, I don't even know who that team was that showed up in Green Bay.
COVID Rodgers, man. Anti-vax Rodgers. I don't know what the hell happened to him.
What did he get? Frostbite on his toe?
I know, man. I don't know.
Dude, I can't. I mean, one offensive touchdown the entire fucking playoffs.
Crazy.
And you're sitting in the NFC Championship game.
It's crazy.
And I do really believe that it's set up for you guys to beat the fucking Rams, because the Rams are vulnerable to you guys. Not to anybody else, but to you guys. So one of my key points for the Rams is this: spread them fuckers wide. Get 4 playmakers, 5 playmakers out there. Put Stafford back there and let him rip your secondary apart. You sit there and you try to play within the hashes against that Niner defense. You are not going to be successful. You need to spread them fucking wide. I think that's a huge thing that the Rams need to do, is get as many passing weapons on the field, because the Niners have been susceptible to the passing attack all year. The fact that neither of the 2 previous opponents have attacked it was very similar to what happened in the first half of that game that we seen a couple of weeks ago. They should not. I like Cam Akers, right? He's a keeper in most leagues if you're a fantasy guy, but by damn it, spread them out.
Well, gee willikers. No, I agree with you, Chris. I think the by damn it got me.
Gosh darn it.
If he still had the chains hanging from the glasses and he gave me that, I would have. Oh man, that would have been
awesome right there. The chains are gone though.
Yeah, I know.
I got them. But in there, I got him.
I agree with you on that, Chris. I think the one thing I would add to that I think they need to do, one of my big keys back and forth here, like I said about the Niners needing to be able to get pressure on them with their front 4 not blitzing. The key to that is Bosa. And I think they need to use their tight end to chip that motherfucker every single passing down. Spread him out, chip that dude, get quick passes out of there, give Stafford a lot of options, and get up on the Niners early, like in week 18. I think the blueprint should remain the same from week 18. It's just fucking finish. Just finish. Just pull the horseshoe out of Jimmy G's ass and you win the game. That's all you have to do. I mean, let's be real. That was Jimmy G's greatest moment of his entire career was the fourth quarter of that game. He looked like a real quarterback. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it.
There's a few.
Let's see him do that again. Let's see it again.
But it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I agree, man. I mean, dude, Jimmy is so inconsistent just in the way that he grips the damn football that I'm shocked that he hasn't turned the ball over that much more. You know, one other thing that I had for the Rams is get your fucking hands up. If you're in the front seven and you're not getting there, just get your hands up. That dude will gift you 3-4 tip balls. And that means the ball's in the air. And once the ball's in the air, go get it. Right. Yep. I mean, if I'm the defensive coach of that's the one thing that I'm telling you. If you're not past your O lineman within the first, beat and a half, get your hands up. Jimmy will gift you a tip pass. Yeah, because he's so quick and he grabs the ball so funky, right? He's almost a thumbless quarterback when you look at the way he kind of grabs it. His thumb doesn't really seem to latch onto that ball. He throws more like this, it feels like, and so that's why he doesn't, when he grabs it, it's just quick and a little fucking sachet.
His little sachet.
We got the sachet going on.
Jimmy G, the sachet quarterback, man. That's who he is, bud. That's your guy.
I mean, to
piggyback on that, Chris.
With Steve on this about Jimmy, though. He's in a no-win situation, bro. I do agree with him. He's got him to the fucking NFC Championship. He took him to a bowl once, got him back to the NFC Championship, and everybody's hating on him. He's doing everything that's been asked of him. The team goes out and they trade a mountain of assets to move up for a kid that showed up and wasn't prepared to beat him out. They were begging for this kid to beat him out, bro.
But that's my thing.
You don't pay that. But
that's my thing is the Niners did this to him. It ain't
that's what I'm saying. Yes,
everyone's shitting on him. I'm going to the Niners are the ones that put him in this position. That's what my point was earlier. If you guys, if Jimmy G is going to be the guy and you're going to roll with him here, you should have used those assets to get other pieces around him. Because maybe you could get over the hump and win some Trent Dilfer bowls with him if you have an extra couple pieces. But you gave up big time future assets, man. That's where the Niners did it. Everyone wants to see the
kid. That's exactly as a Niner fan, I'm thinking right now we have the pieces. We have pieces now to win it if we can get there. I think we have just as good a chance as anyone else to win it if we get there.
Well,
you get there, you got a chance.
50 chance if you get there.
You think you guys
got to get there?
Come and trip.
You think you guys can beat the Chiefs?
Man, I think if we get there, we got a chance. We're going to be underdogs. Yeah, we've been underdogs since week 18.
I would give him. I have to give him this, bro. If he gets there, he does have a chance. He's in the game, bro. They're in the game.
We've been underdogs since week 18 against the Rams. Every fucking game. And we knew every game, it didn't matter who wins what. The Niners were going to go into any game they were going to go into as underdogs.
Hold on. Let me
wherever they go.
This for the same dude who just a few minutes ago was banging his chest about, I predicted this.
Yeah,
they're underdogs, though. Didn't I say they were going to be here at the beginning of the year?
And I also was the
he
first
also
one
said that both of his wide receivers would be top 5 or some shit. So
right.
I got
he was right about one.
You got one. No, and we both said you might have one. We both said Debo we like Debo, but we didn't think.
As long as he came back healthy, bro, we knew he was smashing.
We told you your guys' offensive scheme doesn't make that even possible, though. And Jimmy G at the quarterback.
If Ayuk didn't go into the he was on the fucking. They wasn't playing.
He was in the doghouse.
Yeah, in the doghouse
for a while.
You think that would have changed and that would have made him top 10? No.
I don't know.
You guys are right.
No, Steve, Steve, come on, be realistic.
No, you're too much.
But I did get I got a Debo. I got a Debo in there.
Yeah, no, Debo's a beast, man. We all know that.
Debo's a beast, bro. No doubt. No doubt.
Our point to you, but then also was just look at your scheme, and that's held true, and that's why Jimmy G is successful. He operates well.
Yeah.
In this scheme.
And the fact is that the narratives that we spoke about early in the season when you were talking about the Niners even getting to this point still hold true, bro. The Niners still did give up 3 first-round picks for this young quarterback who showed up all year long and didn't beat out this incumbent that most people see when they watch, thinks this dude is barely in the top 20 quarterbacks in the NFL, and kid couldn't beat him out. You gave up 3 picks for this? Imagine if you would have spent that first-round pick on Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right, Rashawn Slater.
Yeah, well, anyone can say that. Y'all even y'all fucking traded down and got his ass.
I mean, bro, but the fact is, though, you guys traded
up, just us
and you took a quarterback.
But that's not his point, Steve. His point is that you guys gave up 3 assets and you could have had a different piece who could have been an impact player instead of some dude sitting on the pine. That's
3 plus.
But that's over now. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, it's over now. Yeah, we paid the price. It is what it is. But it doesn't make it any less relevant.
It's over.
It doesn't make it any less relevant to the conversation that we're having about Jimmy G.
The point is now you have to figure something else out. What's done is done.
No, Steven, that's not how it works.
The team still got to move on.
Let me ask you this. You think going into this offseason, John Lynch and Shanahan aren't sitting there having conversations about, is it time, regardless of what happens in this game, is it, we don't have a first round pick this year. We don't have one next year, right? We got to get Trey Lance ready, right? You think they're not going into this offseason saying that? That they're going to put an exorbitant amount of time of their efforts into getting Trey Lance ready to take over this team. We paid the price. It's not relevant anymore. It's absolutely relevant.
I'll say this: it wouldn't surprise me if they extended for a 2-year deal instead of the 1-year deal he's on.
Dude, and here's this is what I was saying. It
wouldn't surprise me if they tried to run it back again. It wouldn't even surprise me.
If you do that, you say what you say about Trey Lance.
I'm just saying that. It wouldn't surprise me. Because the NFL and these teams are all about here and now. Look, if the kid's not ready, they're not going to fucking risk their jobs by just throwing them in there. They're not going to do it.
I mean, if you can throw away assets, the thing is,
I don't think they wanted to throw away assets, and I don't think they were hoping. Look, at the end of the day, they're still going to sell us, whether they bring back Jimmy G or not. They're going to sell us that Trey is the future. If they even bring back, they're still going to sell us the Trey.
It doesn't mean that it's right or not.
It might happen. It might not.
Dude, again.
We don't know.
Right now,
we don't know. As of right now,
anybody will tell you it's a bad move, Steve.
Look, if Jimmy G wins the Super Bowl, then he deserves to get a fucking chance at another year back at it.
Absolutely, he does, and that's what we're saying. Though it's a tough spot.
You're making my point.
Your organization has put your guys in a tough spot, and that's what I was saying when we talked at the beginning.
A tough spot is a tough spot.
You're making my point, bro.
We just win the Super Bowl. What do I care about the tough spot?
As a fan, you shouldn't give a shit. But
I want to win. I want to win. I want to win Super Bowls.
I agree. Here's the thing, Steve.
All I want to do is win Super Bowls.
Steve, here's the thing. You guys aren't winning the Super Bowl, bud. Okay. You're not winning the Super Bowl. And so
we got a chance.
If you do, hey, anything's possible. It's the NFL. Who knows? If you do, then yeah, your point stands correct. But if you don't, everything that me and Chris are talking about right now is extremely relevant because your organization is then in that hamster wheel we've been discussing here this whole time. So we'll revisit this again in a couple of weeks after, or maybe after this week. I think is certainly likely that the Rams push your guys' shit in, but we'll see. In a couple of weeks, we'll revisit it for sure.
Yeah. I mean, and so we revisit it, and we'll be at that same point, and I'll still be at that point where I'll say, we'll see. I bet you what the Niners will do is they'll see the offers that are offered out for Jimmy, and it'll go for either they're going to try to extend them. I mean, you got him under contract for 1 more year.
RC anyway. Cola and a bag of Doritos right here. Tennessee's on the phone. Let's go.
Can I ask you something about this, Steve? Right. Okay. So once again, right, you seem to believe as a fan, you want to believe that Jimmy has this super high value outside of the Niner organization.
No,
right? And this
I know
he doesn't. So who's going to call and offer anything for him? What are you recopying a third round selection, maybe?
So I think they would rather.
Are you trading for a third round pick, Mr. GM Steve?
No.
What are you expecting? A first round pick? You expect Pittsburgh to give you a first round pick for him?
I'm gonna keep him. Bro,
what do you need? What does your organization need to let him go? You want a second round pick? Would that do it?
I don't know. I have to hear him out, but I don't know. To be honest,
if you guys don't jump up and down and scream yes when somebody calls offering a second round pick, you're a batshit crazy organization.
What did
same exact price
they gave up for Wentz?
You know that, right? The Niners gave up a second round pick for Garoppolo too. They could recop identical for him and move on. They'd be a fool to say no. That's why I said third round pick. Yeah. Right. You know what I mean?
I think third is
right?
The best.
Why is any organization going to do the Niners a favor and take Jimmy off of your hands when the dilemma is you got a kid behind him that's supposed to be pushing him? Are you going to cut Jimmy? You're going to put him out on the market and save the $25 million, and then I can sign him for whatever I want without giving you a draft pick. Why am I going to give you a draft pick?
I don't think we let Jimmy go.
And so if you don't let Jimmy go, now once you say we're not letting Jimmy go, well, you've said everything you've needed to say about Trey Lance too.
Yeah.
And now Trey Lance's agent saying, "Wait, you just signed Jimmy to a 2-year extension. What about me?"
Right. Trey's on a 4-year deal. I'm not worried about Trey.
Man. This is how it works.
Trey's on a 4-year deal. What can Trey say?
But the quarterback position in the NFL it's a very mental game, man. You kill the kid's psyche before he ever even gets in there.
Dude,
you know, he's going to sit there. He's going to sit for 4 years.
5 and fucking 12 seasons.
See, this is what I've had to put up about you for a while. Talking to Steve a little bit. I've had to put up with some of this
I don't want no fucking
pompousness from Niner fans, thinking that everything they do is going to turn to gold, bro. That Trey Lance is sitting there happily eating popsicles behind Jimmy G as Jimmy G goes back to back and fucking says, "I'll wait my turn. I'll wait my turn."
Well,
and then he's going to come out and become the next John Elway.
Get in there.
You know what I'm saying? This fairy tale dream, right? You know, that these guys are all high-five and playing slap tickle with each other and shit in the locker rooms and shit. Man, I'm your fucking biggest fan, Jimmy. Yeah. Trey Lance sitting there fucking waving the Jimmy towel. Like, cut it the fuck out, bro. Get the fuck out of here with this nonsense. These are professional fucking athletes. He ain't playing second fiddle to this fucking dude. And the fact that he couldn't beat him out means automatically that he's fucking crap as it is. You gave up 3 first-round fucking picks for a bust at this point. That's the conversation that's about to be having. Right?
There is another option. There is another option that's been discussed, and that's that Shanahan never wanted Trey Lance. He wanted Mac Jones, and he got basically forced into picking that dude by the media and everyone else when they had
the social pressure. Yeah, bro. Yeah. I agree with that.
I'm sure Zell didn't want Mac Jones.
I agree with that.
And so now he's basically putting the kid on the back burner. I think that's a legit possibility that he's not who Shanahan wants. His skill set isn't what he wants. It's not how Shanahan wants to play. The Jimmy G is the kind of quarterback he wants. He wants a Jimmy G, Kirk Cousins type of cat. You know,
everything speaks to that move being made for Mac Jones and the social pressure in the media telling them, "Whoa, we haven't made our decision," and then switching to Trey Lance.
Well, good. I didn't want Mac Jones.
Well, I know we know
it would have been a bad pick too, but that's why we keep going back to you guys should have never given up them fucking assets because you had Mac Jones. We just talked about it. Jimmy G and Mac Jones they're crossing each other in the night, man. They're right there. They're the same player. Mac's a little bit younger. We're giving up 3 picks for a younger version of
I can agree. We gave up too many assets to get Trey. But that's 2020 hindsight. We could see
but it's still true, dude. Because
that part is done. If Trey couldn't beat out Jimmy to get the starting job, which you're right, they're trying to hand on a platter for him to do it, but he couldn't do it. So, and it said a lot when you saw Trey out there.
Maybe they didn't actually try to hand it to him on the platter. Maybe maybe Shanahan doesn't want him to be
Maybe
his
you're right, because I'll say
in him, I think, dude. I think that's obvious. The organization didn't believe in Jimmy, or they don't make this move. Then Jimmy starts doing Jimmy things, right? And everybody's thinking for sure it's Trey Lance's future. And then all of a sudden, this defense starts playing out of its mind, and they start rallying around the fact that people are calling Jimmy, raking Jimmy all over the carpet. And this defense is the one that's really been carrying it. And Debo and Kittle and Elijah, right? Everything but that guy. And now it's going to put this organization in a no-win scenario, Steve, whether you want to admit it or not. That's what's going to fucking happen, bro. The Niners, if you guys extend him, you basically gave up 3 firsts and a third and a second for nothing. Yep. And you can't, and if you go to the Super Bowl and you lose and you gave up 3 picks for nothing, and you're missing assets that you could have had, a cornerback. Maybe instead of trading up for Trey Lance, you trade up and you take Patrick Surtain II. Oh my goodness gracious!
And then you don't have to watch Josh Norman. Steve, then think about that. Josh Norman.
As much as I hate to say it, bro. By making that choice and that decision, and then this is the other thing about it. By making that choice and that decision, and then not staying true to what we really believe was the case, that you were trading up for Mac Jones, right? Because Mac Jones would have beat Jimmy out, I believe. He would have. It's evident he knows how to read an NFL defense that Trey Lance can't. Yeah. He would have beat Jimmy out, and Shanahan would have been proven to be a genius.
They're the same thing. So you go with the younger guy at that point.
Dude, and now you're sitting there with a rookie with quite possibly the MVP or the rookie of the year. If you have Mac Jones in the same position right now as Jimmy G, which I believe that team's highly capable of doing with him, right? There's not that much of a talent fall off between Jimmy and Mac. And Mac, in my opinion, is better because he obviously is reading defenses at a much better rate than Jimmy can.
Yep.
Because it's mainly scheme that keeps Jimmy afloat.
That's absolutely right. Just like I was talking about earlier with all the pre-snap movement they do, it simplifies the reads that Jimmy has to do, before he snaps the ball and then after he snaps the ball. So his choices are really limited. He plays one of the most simple. This is the thing I want to go back to on this when we talk about the picks and everything, Steve, is that if you're going to run an offense like that, there is no reason to trade away all those assets for a quarterback. You're not playing a quarterback-reliant fucking scheme. You can go get a Kirk Cousins, a Jimmy G, whatever shitbag you want to come run that fucking scheme. It's not a quarterback-needy scheme. So why give up all those fucking assets? That's where it's just like, what the fuck, man?
All right, but at the end of the day,
entire offensive identity.
It's kind of like one of those things. At the end of the day, you're kind of in that position. All right, that's the position we're in.
Dude,
it is what it is. Like you're in that position.
Is what it comes down to.
So you just gotta say it again.
I think the Niners will come to rue that decision. Right now, they're in trouble having done that decision. And now you yourself is openly admitting as a fan, you want them to almost extend Jimmy because you win with Jimmy, it seems. And by doing that, it's just going to perpetuate the bad choice that they made that one time. And the worst part is
it won't keep glaring.
You're right. If you win the Super Bowl, it won't matter that you touched the frog and you got a wart.
Yeah,
right.
You guys.
But if you lose the Super Bowl, if you fucking lose the Super Bowl, you're going to be covered in warts. Yeah. If you lose this week, you're going to be covered in warts.
Oozing, pussy, infected, fucking warts.
Yes.
All right.
That's all right. All right. Well, let's wrap this up, you guys.
Let's finish the Rams real quick. I got a couple more, and then because I got one more that I want to just say real quick. It's an easy one. That I think might get lost in the shuffle a little bit. Von Miller, I think, is one of the biggest keys to victory for the Rams. If Von can be what he was in the past, he started to look pretty good last week. If they can play a little bit more of a vanilla defensive scheme and not disguise everything, and Von can really be an impact player, I think you guys have a real hard time winning that game. Real hard time, especially if they get up early like they did before and Jimmy's forced to actually throw the ball. That's going to be, I think, a big key for them. So for me, the Rams get an early lead, force Jimmy to beat you, and Von Miller needs to step up and be a fucking man. And then lastly, the big factor there is just let the officials be the officials and do what they do for the NFL. And you're in the Super Bowl, man.
That's funny. I like that. I like that. I think that's really good because one of the things that I had as well in my little notes was expose the Trent Williams injury. It was fairly obvious.
That was another one. Yeah.
That he was hurt and that he's going to be hurt a little bit in this game. And if you're going to, you need to be sending him and Floyd at him a lot. You need to try to expose that ankle and put as much pressure on that ankle as possible. Because if you can break him down, you can break the offensive line of the Niners down a little bit because they go as he goes.
100%. I'm glad you brought that up. I actually wrote down his name too and was going to ask you guys what his injury status was because I saw him gimping off the field there towards the end of the last game. He was gimpy as fuck. So
and I think that's a big thing. It's been 2 weeks.
He's going to play, but what percentage is he going to play at? Right.
You know what? I'll say this: he was mic'd up for the game, so I actually listened to him as he was on the side. He'll be fine. He was hyping people up during the game too when he limped off. He was mic'd up for that game.
I'm sure.
So I think he should be fine.
It's the playoffs. He's going to come and bring it. He's a dog, man. I like that dude. He's a great player. He's a dog.
He'll be out there.
If Von Miller's doing Von Miller things, if he's really bending that edge like he used to do.
Yeah. Von's got an opportunity to be. Von's got an opportunity to do it. DeMarcus Ware kind of thing where he just basically goes to this team and for the last 4 weeks of the season he rushes like he's never rushed before and if he does that, Von can expose a lot of people and he has been playing well.
So let's do this though. Let's finish with predictions. Let's give a final prediction for winner of the game.
And I really have to give a real prediction.
Give a real prediction.
Let's hear it.
I can't give my joking Niners win 9-3.
No, give your prediction.
Give us.
It's the worst game, and it's the worst NFC Championship game ever played.
I can see it though. It's possible. It's not.
What's the score? What's the score, CBJ?
The Kiwani can go first.
All right, Key.
I have 28-10 Rams.
28-10?
Yeah.
28-10 Rams. Ho. You want?
Wow. Nice. What about you, Stevie?
For me?
Yes.
I'm going to go 24-17.
Wait. You guys have scored 24 points?
Yep. 17.
Oh shit! I was thinking the Rams. I should have known. I was like, Steve's gonna pick the Niners though, but I was immediately like, I can see the Rams scoring 24. I almost went 24, and then I pushed it to 28.
What did he watch on day?
24. The Niners again. He thinks. It's hilarious.
Niners have scored 24 points. That's a good one, bro. That's the hit of the hour.
Steve, give us your real score now, though. What's the real score?
24.
Can I do a joke score too? I didn't do my joke score.
Niners.
Steve, you already did the joke score though. I didn't. Can I do my joke score too? And then you can do the real score.
That's awesome, bro. That's pretty good. Oh,
24,
that's pretty good.
All right.
Oh,
yes.
24-17.
Okay. All right. Well, hold on a second. Hold on. I got to get something for this.
Oh boy, I might have known that we were going to do something like this.
Okay. So my 9-3 score, as everybody knows, was kind of my joke score, but it's true to form. Me being who I am.
Chris, don't come back in under. We're trying to look like Jimmy G or something, all right? We're not doing that.
Oh, bro. Dude, first of all, I'm a Calvin Klein kind of guy from Back to the Future. Okay. So wanted to make sure that I properly represented and let everybody know.
Disgusting.
Right. Where I really stand with this prediction. Okay. Rams with a victory 43-17.
Holy shit. 43. I like it.
Why not just give them 49?
43-17.
We're not going to be silly here, Steve. I mean, come on. We're not saying the Niners are scoring 24 points. He's trying to give you something within reason. Come on. Come on. What is this guy doing?
Yeah.
So you guys basically both got us getting blown out.
Game's over by half. Game's over by half, bro.
I think the game goes like it did in Week 18, except for then Jimmy G throws a couple picks when he's trying to get you guys back in the game, and it gets out of hand. And then Von Miller bends the edge and just fucking pulverizes him. That's my.
Yeah, I think it's over. I think now you
the best thing for you.
Why do you say that?
Steve,
why
if you guys just really get the utter shit beat out of you and Jimmy G embarrasses himself, it makes it easier for you guys to move on. I think it's a good thing.
Easier for you to say, "Hey, Jimmy."
Yep, exactly.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
you got to look at the right side, Steve.
You got us losing by 18. You got us losing by 26.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I was going to let you guys get a 9-3 victory.
Yeah, he did give you that. I think those are actually accurate possibilities of like if the game goes one way or the other. The Niners are going to have a tough time scoring.
And I feel like if the Niners are going to win, it's going to be a 16-13 kind of game, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Bosa will be a game wrecker. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not going to be both teams closing in on 20 points. I don't believe if the Niners are really going to be in this game. If points are scored, I think the Rams are going to end up smoke showing them. As much as I hate to say it. If the Rams have the ability to put any points on the board, they're going to continue. And that's why I think the score could potentially look run up because I think the Rams have the ability to score every time they touch the ball.
They do.
Having OBJ and Cooper Kupp and, Van Jefferson. If they come out like they did in the first half of Week 18.
Look, Steve, I mean, you're oh shit, I think I'm freezing. You guys
props to
have played them well
Niners
because of
where they got.
Yeah, but do you really think that the Rams aren't going to have something for that ass this week? I mean, we talked about the scheme aspect of everything and how you guys have run off a number of wins against them. They kind of had answered it in Week 18. I think they come out with the real answer here.
I think our defense is playing extremely well.
They are.
If we're going to win this game, we're going to have to score some points.
Yeah, that's where it's tough.
One-dimensional. I think for us to win, I could see
special teams ain't gonna save your ass this week, buddy. Ain't gonna happen.
Well, we'll see. I didn't say how we had to get to 24 points. You know what I'm saying?
Steve, if you're in a position where you're relying on special teams to get you to the Super Bowl, that tells you a lot.
Yeah, if you're relying on defensive scores and bro,
I'm not relying on.
And this is the thing. If you guys do this. Okay, I'm going to point blank say, if you guys do this, this might very well put you as the third greatest defensive ever. If you go off and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you go back-to-back Rams and then the Chiefs and you guys shut them the fuck down and win 2 games in a row like 16-13 or 2017 or something like that.
I'm literally going Bears, Ravens, this defense.
Yeah.
It would because teach me another D, tell me another D. Maybe the Steelers D in the 70s, but dude, Cowboys put up points on them.
Yeah, and the parallels are there. I mean, because look, you're bringing up those Ravens teams. Who was their quarterback, man? Is it Trent Dilfer and Joe Flacco? It's like they're just mirrors of each other. You guys are right in that.
Can't forget that Bucs defense too, though. That Bucs defense was pretty legit, bro.
True that.
That was a legit ass defense that year. Tony Dungy had them really fucking revved up for old Jay Gruden.
Yep.
All right, well, fellas,
that's no.
I've got to let you guys go.
Anymore. All right,
I got to get back into the little doodly things. I want to get back and say, let's get back in the next day or two. I'll talk to you guys, of course, on the phone.
You got to go see your guys.
And we definitely got to do the other 2 teams, so.
Yeah, we'll do the other game for sure. It's been real. It's been fun, but it ain't been real fun, guys. We'll see you in a few days.
There you go, man. I'll talk to you guys later, man. Take it easy, fellas.
That's pretty good, bro.